trapped in a dangerous situation. That's how the plight of domestic abuse victims is often described.
But sometimes one of the reasons those victims stay is their pets, animals the abuser threatens to hurt. Those same animals that are essentially members of the family to the victim. Now, Ohio lawmakers are trying to do something about that to protect the victims and the pets. Here's Local 12's Paula Toti.
I remember a phone call from Shannon about a week or two before the murders.
Sherry Nolan has spent a lot of time piecing together clues that her daughter, Shannon Nolan Breaux, was being abused by her husband, John Breaux. After he killed her and their unborn daughter, Sherry took the couple's 2 cats to the vet.
And they asked us who was abusing these cats.
X-ray showed signs of unusual injuries that had healed over. Sherry then remembered something she had long ago brushed aside.
I remember a family member saying that they thought they saw John Breaux kick one of the cats down the staircase.
Senate Bill 177 would include pets and protection orders in cases of alleged domestic abuse. The YWCA of Greater Cincinnati has provided testimony in support of pet protection orders.
Because it's so important to us. We have a client right now in one of our shelters whose husband is trying to get access to her animal, and we're really hoping that that does not happen.
There are now several states that have laws that do cover pets. In fact, the first one was in Maine. A woman there left her husband. He then killed their dog, their sheep, and maimed their turkeys. With pet protection orders, someone like that wouldn't even be able to set foot on the property with an animal.
The rural women are at high risk to have their animals harmed.
Dr. Barbara Boat directs a program called the Childhood Trust at Cincinnati Children's Hospital and is an expert on the link between animal abuse and people abuse. She says up to 40% of women being abused don't leave their homes because they fear for their pets.
Animals are a perfect vehicle to threaten and intimidate the woman as well as the children.
We have seen countless survivors of domestic violence come into our shelter and share the most horrendous stories about animals, their pets being starved to death, beaten to death with a shovel, thrown out on the street, and I could go on and on and on.
In the tri-state, shelters have worked to find temporary placement for pets through a network of volunteers, organizations, and veterinarians. Teresa Singleton says the pet protection bill would be another safety net.
It gives a survivor an option to have law enforcement intervene.
Any opposition to the bill seems to be over the cost involved in implementing some of its provisions. Sherry will never know if something like this would have saved her daughter, but
I think it would help a lot. I think, had Shannon known about it, I think she, would have helped her make a decision as well. And I definitely feel like it would help women now and men now, anyone who's being abused, make a decision to leave sooner.
Shannon was beaten to death with a baseball bat in 2001, 2 years after her marriage. Her mother still cares for one of her surviving cats. Paula Toti, Local 12 News.
There is help available if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic abuse. The YWCA operates a crisis hotline. The number is 513-872-9259. And we have compiled a list of resources for you online. Go to local12.com, click on the red Get It button.